Hello. Hmm. Where'd she go?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry about you for the wait. This is my friend. I met her on Facebook. She is a former member of the Bible Teachers Discord server. This was before I got banned from Jonah's Facebook account, but during the time I was banned the first time. I don't know what it was, but her comment on Facebook, there was nothing special about it, but for some reason something just told me to talk to her, and I did, and then I found out that she was a member of Jonah's Discord server, and she shared her story with me, but that's for her to tell another time. About her situation with Jonah and whatnot and the mods. Um, but so I was allowed back inside the Discord server again, and then she was as well. And tell me, I mean, and the rest of us that will be watching in the future, what did you what did you go through? Like what you observed regarding me? Like what did you do? Like your part in the situation?
Yeah, like Scarlett said, she had commented on one of Jonah's posts on Facebook. I hope you can hear me fine. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay. And she seemed like really distraught about something. It seemed like I could hear her pain in um, what her comment was to him. And so I reached out to her and actually found out, oh, I had remembered her a little bit from his Discord that we were a part of. I remembered seeing her here and there before I had found out that I had been banned from the Discord. Um, and I had been a member since July, June or July last year. And so whenever I'd see Scarlett, she would like ask questions and comment about things, but they were they seemed pretty harmless. Um, and didn't think like a lot about what she was asking or saying. If she had questions about Jonah or about anything, it seemed pretty harmless. So, um,
Do you remember what I'd ask? Just so people know.
uh, just random questions. Honestly, like uh, a question about his if he did a Bible study or um, just she would just be curious about some things, but nothing, like I said, it it was pretty harmless to me anyway.
And two other people too that I asked. They didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Um, I would ask questions about the Holy Spirit. I was very particular interested in that topic. Um,
Yeah, I think I remember that.
yeah. And so they would, and like I told a mod in private, I had a crush on Jonah, and they said they promised they wouldn't say anything. And then they told Molly, and then the mods, banned me because I made him uncomfortable and because they thought I was making advances towards him. Just because I said I believe God said him and I should be friends, which I've already discussed and told him and told you guys. I didn't mean for that to be taken literally, that God literally said that. It was just, I thought it was a normal Christian phrase that everybody understood what it meant. Apparently not.
Yeah.
um, so for some reason though, Jonah could tell everybody but me that what they're doing made him uncomfortable and made him upset. Like he even told you that he doesn't like talking in private sometimes and it makes him uncomfortable. He's even told you that. I've seen him message other people, calling them out for their behavior. And this one really creepy girl on YouTube being overly flirtatious. She was talking as if she was his own girlfriend, and I was like really creeped out. It made me uncomfortable just reading her comments. But even then, he gave her a warning. He gave her a warning saying, "Hey, you're creeping me out. You're making me uncomfortable. Stop doing this, or I'm going to ban you." But for some reason, he could never address anything with me.
Right, and
I
this is
mean,
the issue that we wanna bring forward is, um, we're not we're not attacking Jonah, but we are just calling the Discord to a higher standard, especially in communicating issues with members. And that's for the Discord or for any ministry if there's any issues or problems that they need to communicate with the members about it. And there was no communication at all. Um, and there was no warnings for Scarlett, so in her situation.
yeah, even the mods wouldn't tell me if I was doing something wrong. They would just act nice to my face, and next thing you know, I'm banned. It was crazy. It made
Yeah.
me it made me angry when the mods were accusing me of stuff, and I'm just like, oh, they didn't care to get my side or let me defend myself or explain myself. It was just bizarre to me. But so the second time that I was banned, and how they didn't tell me what I did wrong, because like they give warnings to other people about their behavior, but they just acted like everything was fine with me. But so we're going to fast forward to after I was banned the second time. What was your experience when I told you what they did to me, banning me without warning or explanation? And what did you decide to do to help me? And what did the mods talk to you about? What did they say to you?
So, when she got back in to the Discord, um, there was 3 things that I remember before she got banned. It was Jonah's birthday, and she had made him a drawing for his birthday, which other people had done so as well. They've given him gifts and drew him pictures and such. And then she had commented on in the prayer requests that she noticed something about Jonah that she wanted to pray for him about and asked if all of us would pray for him about this. Um, and it was about something about his, she knows something in one of his videos, he was talking about mental health. And she was one of his students in the mental health class on Discord as well. So it wasn't be too weird for her to, comment about it or ask about it since she was in the class with him. Um, and what was the third thing? I'm trying to remember. Oh, her and Molly would be chatting in voice chat. Um, And she had told me, that there was conversations that they were having, um, and that they had made up, and she was playing Minecraft with her, and it seemed like
Fortnite.
everything, or what?
Fortnite.
Fortnite, sorry. I don't play video games. And it was one of them. But yeah, Fortnite. They were both playing Fortnite together, and they were just having great conversation, and she felt like everything was good between her and Molly because she thought she had something to do with her being banned the first time, and they had confirmed, together about things, and everything seemed great. And then she told me from those three things that they were talking about um, seeing if they were going to keep her in the Discord again, if she was going to be banned again, which was weird that they kind of gave you a warning about that in a way, not really a warning though, but informing you that you might be banned. So it's kind of weird. Um, and so it was what, 3 days after that, 2 or 3 days.
Right, and they were acting nice to my face in group VC. Jonah and Molly, the other mods, Jazzy, Jonathan, I think Meg was there too. I don't remember. Becca was there. Like everybody was acting so nice to me, so calm, like nothing was going on. And then Jonah was like venting to me, complaining to me about how he can't find a future wife, and this one girl is making him uncomfortable and hitting on him and saying some other weird stuff that this person was doing, he said. And then after that, Molly took a screenshot of my expression on my face and sent it to me. And then me and her were laughing about that in group VC, and we were playing Jackbox together, and everything just seemed fine. And Joda was talking about how he's like losing brain cells or something like that. I'm like, you don't even have that, Jonah. And everybody was just dead quiet. And then they just continued on like nothing even happened, and we're still just talking away like everything was fine. And then the next thing I know, I'm banned 3 days later with no explanation, no warning. And I messaged Molly on Facebook because she blocked me on Discord server, even though she specifically said, even if you get banned, I'm not gonna block you because you and I are good friends. Everything's fine between us. And so I messaged her on Facebook saying, why did you block me? I thought we were friends. Why am I banned? She just blocks me without a word. And
Yeah. And it was weird because you had said that they told you, or Molly had said that you were fine, that you were not going to be banned. And then turned out that you actually did. And that really confused me. And like, I thought you were good. I thought you were
yeah,
staying. So,
I it was just crazy. It was like Jonah complained that I made him uncomfortable with the birthday drawing. Because as Jules put it, um, Jazzy and Jonathan rebuked him, saying, Jonah, you're in the spotlight. You should expect this type of attention, whether the person drawing you a picture has a crush on you or not. And then I was like, oh, so that's why he was uncomfortable, because he thought I drew it because I had a crush on him. As if all the other girls who draw him stuff or whatever don't have a crush on him when they draw him stuff and he accepts it. I mean, he even likes when girls call him cute and everything in the comment section. He even oh yeah, I know I am.
and
I
I
mean,
mean, if someone wants to, do something out of kindness of their heart to make them, a present or give them something,
right.
then that should be, it's kind of bizarre that that would make it uncomfortable, but yeah.
I hate those dogs. But yeah, I didn't. I even told the mods when I was recording my messages to Jules when I was trying to defend myself. They're not going to shut up for a minute. I'm just going to keep going. So these these incidents where it's like double standards. Jonah can communicate with other people even in really uncomfortable, creepy situations. He has no problem telling them, "Hey, I don't like this, I don't like that." I mean, sometimes like in your situation, you just, he didn't want to communicate with you at first, but then eventually he did. But with me, nope, never did. Just acting nice to my face. He lied to my mother, saying he didn't have any negative thoughts about me, and everything was fine. And he realized that him and his mods did not handle the situation as well as they could have the first time I was banned. That is, the second time, no, he would not admit to it. But fast forwarding, talk about after I was banned, what the mods said to what Jazzy would say to you, and how the whole, because you're like the messenger, like, hey, tell them this, hey, what did they say, like, it's ridiculous, like, tell people about that.
Yeah, so everybody blocked her, everybody cut off communication with her basically. So she had no idea what was going on. Um, and so I went ahead and asked because she had gotten a message from this person named Jules, and I had no idea who that was. And so I asked one of the mods about it because I'm uh, like a what was she called? The not a moderator, but the main yeah, what was she? What
She was just a mod. You're thinking of the Belu or whatever her name is. That's a different person.
no,
Oh, what?
no, she said she was oh, well, anyway. I had never heard of her. She wasn't a part of the mod group that I knew of anyway. And she was sending Scarlet yeah, she was sending Scarlet some messages telling her what she did, but not giving her, not asking her what happened. Basically just telling her. And and so since I had never heard of this Jules person, I asked Jasmine about it. Um and it also seemed like this person had also blocked you and was cutting communication off with you. Um and so I asked, okay, well, how is Scarlett, going to get her answers if she's banned? And she said, well, she's not banned. Or she's not blocked from this person, as we have to delegate um, to see if she can be let back in or not. And that's when, before that, you had told Jules everything that happened, and you also recorded it in a voice recording for everybody to hear. And then they left you in the dark for 3 months.
Uh,
Before like,
two
before
months.
that. 2 months? Okay, it was like 2 or 3 months. Um, and so it seemed like not until I had actually, said something that they finally Jules had finally gotten back to Scarlett and said that it was just best that she stays banned, but they still didn't, like, give her the exact things why she was banned or if what she told them that Molly did to her, um, if that was taken care of or anything. And she said it was, but
Well,
it, yeah, it just seemed like everything went back, was just as normal as can be in the Discord. So,
like everything was vague because because I know you had to keep getting, okay, Jasmine is Jazzy. Okay. Just so everybody knows that. It just, it's like you had to get So what happened was I asked a couple members to get a hold of the mods, and then that's when Jules reached out to me, and then I had to go through you, so you'd keep getting messages from Jazzy, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know anything whatsoever about what was taking them so long. I mean, because Jazzy said to you that since it's the holidays and people being away from the Discord server, they haven't had time to discuss the situation. And I'm just like thinking, why didn't anybody give me updates about that though? Like, why wouldn't they do that? And I get it, Jules is a busy individual, but wouldn't they have somebody else reach out and tell me that at least? You know?
Yeah, and then for you, what they accused you of doing, I mean, is pretty serious offense without
Yeah.
proof. And so,
Not even told it, not even confronted about it before I was banned. And so here's how it went down. So Jazzy, crazily enough, um, before like literally like a week and a half before I got banned, she was praising me for good behavior, saying I was doing much better inside the Discord server. And she would know that because she was in every single class that I was in. Like I was in multiple mod classes, learning from them, and I was in Jonah. She was everywhere I was, she was. So she would know. And yet she's was talking to you, being all dismissive about my concerns and saying, oh, wait, yeah, all it needs to let things go that she has no control when you're trying to get answers. Do you remember?
can you repeat that? You cut in and out.
Oh, okay, sorry. Um, like Jazzy, she was always there in every class that I was in inside the Discord server. Wherever I was, she was there watching me. And she even praised me for good behavior, saying I was doing much better inside the Discord server in a private message, literally a week and a half before I was banned. And yet, when she talked to you, she was being all dismissive and towards my concerns for what's going on, like because you're just wanting to know, hey, what, like, are you guys talking? Because it was like I was in the dark for 2 months. Nobody reached out to me to give me any updates saying, yeah, well, we haven't had time because of the holidays and people being away from the Discord server. Like she told you that, but nobody reached out to tell me that. And that, like, you reached out to her and asked her that, and then yeah, so I was just like, really? Like, you're gonna tell Gabby that I need to learn to let things go that's not in my control? Do you have any idea how dismissive that is, considering the fact that I was falsely accused of asking for Jonah's phone number, Jonah's home address, Jackie's phone number, Jackie's home address, manipulating Molly, taking advantage of Molly to get information out of her from other moderators, even though in reality she offered to give me Jonah's phone number, and I declined, saying that's messed up. I'm not a stalker, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
That. But continue.
What was your question?
Oh, like, well, hold on a second. And so Jules, she, when she gave me back the information after they got done, talking about the entire situation between me and Molly, she said, yeah, they think it's best and healthy if you were just kept banned. And then I said to her, I was like, well, was I at least proven innocent of Molly's accusations? I've been waiting 2 months in the dark for answers. I've been waiting for that to happen. And she's like, I don't know, but here, I'll go talk to Jazzy and get her perspective on the situation, but not whether you were proven innocent or guilty. And I'm just like, that was the very first thing I asked for after she came at me in a very accusatory tone when she initially reached out to me to give me what I did wrong. Um, I specifically asked for my innocence to be proven. I shared my side of the story. I told him everything that I could remember about me and Molly's conversations, and asking for Jonah's information. She just gave me information because she chose to. And the only reason why I know about, me, about her saying, oh yeah, they're planning on banning you, no, you're staying, and the birthday drawing was because she told me in a private chat. And I know this is kind of irrelevant, but she was trying to tell me she thought Jonah had a crush on me because of his over the top excessive complaining about how uncomfortable I made him. I mean, I get that some people act like that, but I was skeptical of that. Wasn't sure. But it was just a bunch of drama and incoherent nonsense, no communicating, no transparency. And then when my mom, because my mom got angry when I told her, because I waited 2 months for a resolution, and because she didn't want to get involved. She's like, it'll be fine, it'll take care of yourself, you'll be proven innocent. And then she's like, oh, okay. So then she decided to share her eyewitness testimony with Jackie inside the discourse server. My mom specifically went in there just to get some information and tell them her eyewitness testimony. And so Jackie's deflecting, saying, I'm confused why you entered the Discord server for this reason. I'm like, are you kidding me? So what happened was my mom shared her eyewitness testimony saying, yeah, I overheard Molly offer to give my daughter Jonah's phone number. Will there be any accountability had? And then that's when Jackie said, we're not allowed to say anything. And then next thing you know, I'm getting a message from Jules stating she's going to call the cops on me and my mom for harassment and spamming. And then my mom also said to Jackie that she needs to get her priorities straight because if I unalive myself, she's going to press charges against Molly for murder. My mom was mad when Jackie said we're not allowed to say anything. That ticked my mom off. These are some serious accusations made against me, and they're just basically protecting Molly from public scrutiny. That made me angry. Like, really? Like, you accuse my daughter of these crazy things, and you won't even tell me if she's going to be disciplined for it? But Molly remained a moderator. And the last thing because I called Jules out for what she said. I said, don't you ever threaten me again. That's just you try to intimidate me and silence me. There's nothing they could literally do. I didn't do anything wrong. She laughed at me. She thought it was funny. Especially, she thought it was also funny because I told her that Molly's own sister said she would unalive Jonah if she got the chance because how much her and her family hates him. Molly has talked so much negative things about Jonah, whether they're true or not, have talked so much negativity about Jonah to her family that her entire family hates him. And that's not what Molly told me. I heard her sister was talking to me in the background on the VC between me and Molly in private. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay, so make sure. So, I told Jules all this. She thought it was all funny. And then the last thing that happened was I asked her if Jonah heard all the voice recordings and stuff like that about me denying everything and sharing my side of the story. And she's like, look, I have a busy life. I hardly get on here. I don't have all the answers. Molly was already dealt with, but based off the way you're acting, not in the way you liked or wanted. I hope you can move on in life. Uh, this conversation is over because it's way past its expiration date. Just tell me to move on or whatever after that again. So that's what happened. And I'm just thinking, what does that mean Molly was dealt with? Um, because she's still a moderator. Like, was she just in trouble for sharing moderator chats with me that nobody was supposed to know about? Was that it? Because if it was weird though, she's like, based off the way you're reacting, not in the way you liked or wanted. And I thought that was weird because how would I know how she was uh dealt with when Jules said before she doesn't know what happened if I was proven innocent or guilty. So how would I? So how would my any of my behavior have anything to do with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, what? How does this whole situation make you think and feel about all of it?
Well, like I said at the beginning, there just was not any good communication. And whenever people tried to get answers, uh, whether it be Scarlett or people that were stepping in for her to try to get answers for her, they would always be shut down, be kicked out of the Discord, not given like any good answers about things that she was asking and needing clarification on. In the recent video that Jonah had made, and this is why we're also bringing this up, is because Jonah brought this out in public, about how he was referring to Scarlett, that she had been kicked out because she wasn't like that she didn't follow the rules, or how did he say that?
Okay, well, he said, you guys, you're gonna, there's this person and there's these people in the YouTube comments starting this whole movement against me. You're gonna hear things about me that's not true. Um, when in reality, they were banned for violating rules, and I hardly know who they are. Um, and then he went on to say, if I want, he was talking about himself. He's like, if I want people to give me the benefit of the doubt, I need to give it to them first. Innocent until proven guilty, am I right? And then at the end, he called me baby cakes in a condescending way to make fun of me. That just made me mad.
Um, yeah, and then he also, in the comment section, because people were asking him, he said he was referring to Scarlett and in the video, and said that the mods did everything they could for her, and that
That was a month and a different. That part was in the comment sections underneath the unrelated video to the whole situation, a month or two prior to that. Um, yeah, you're getting it mixed up. But
okay,
yeah,
well,
he
it was both of those situations where he tried to say, the mods did everything they could to help her, and that wasn't true. And then he also said how there was everything documented down for um, whatever Scarlett did in the Discord, and you could go in there and ask about it and find out. And so someone tried, one of her other friends tried to get in there and get a instant report, and they were automatically banned.
after waiting 2 hours in silence after the because what happened was Jackie was one who spoke to him. He went in there and he stated that Jonah made a video about me, saying all these being vague about me breaking rules, and he told people in the comment sections that they could go talk to the mods about what happened, because he didn't want to go and he didn't think he needed to go into detail about what happened and provide evidence of whatever I did. He can just his mods can do it because he didn't think he needed to make multiple videos about someone who's just offended that they couldn't follow his Discord guidelines. And he's like, "Oh, it's all documented. We have an incident report. Go talk to my mods. They'll tell you about her harassing me and whatever." And by harassment, you mean asking questions about was Molly found guilty of lying about me and calling Molly out for ruining my reputation and falsely accusing me. That's what's in those messages that he won't show you. And not only that, think about this. If Jackie told my mother that they weren't allowed to talk about the situation, how could Jonah, the leader of the Discord server, not be made aware that Jackie what or any of the mods were not allowed to say anything about the situation. He knew he was sending whoever out on a wild adventure that wasn't going to lead anywhere. Because Jackie asked my friend what happened. Like send me the link to Jonah's videos and the links to Scarlett's videos. And instead of her outright saying, "Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it," she decided not to because that would make Jonah look like a liar. You know, like, well, we weren't allowed to say, like, that make him look like a liar. Like, oh no, it would look bad on Jonah either way. Whether it's like, oh no, Jonah's mistaken, we're not allowed to do that. Well, why wouldn't the leader know what his mods can and cannot do? Or no, that's not true. If Jonah lied about us talking to his mods, why should we believe him what he said in his video? So yeah, um, it's kind of bizarre to me how this whole situation was handled. And then, give me else your input, my friend.
What do you mean? I think I said all I needed to say. It's just calling the Discord to be better in communicating, if there's issues, if there's problems, because that just did not happen.
Nope. It This whole situation has caused significant. I mean, I I was having like heart attack symptoms. I wasn't having a heart attack, but it was from extreme distress that I was under, that my body was mimicking heart attack symptoms because of how hurt I was the first and second time that I got banned, and how what they accused me of, what they mistreated me. Um it's just so embarrassing and so humiliating and just overkill, basically assassinating my character. I know. Oh yeah, Jonah said that I was putting labels on his character and his conduct in that video he made to discredit me, but him and his mods did it to me first. It's like he's all in favor of defending himself and clearing his name, but when it comes to me or others, it's like it doesn't matter, and he can't claim ignorance. He's went to Bible college, got a degree in theology, studied the Bible, read it multiple times. He should know by now that God would want him to give me and others the benefit of the doubt and let us defend ourselves. So he has no excuse. He just acted on his emotions and not Christian principles. So, like I said in another video, be prepared if you enter inside his Discord server. You may, I can't say for a fact, but you may be mistreated and banned and gossiped about behind your back, and your reputation destroyed like mine was. So yeah, thank you, my friend. You said everything you had to say, and this is a long video, but that's okay. All this needed to be said. So, and the fact that recently, um, you told me to, because I kept calling Jonah out because I was making more than one account because he kept blocking them. I kept making accounts to call him out for what he's done to me. And I did call him some names because I was mad at him. But here's something crazy and strange that happened. You said, say something nice to Jonah, and maybe he won't block you in the comment sections. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, that's after, I encouraged you to just do what God told you. Like God told you to pray for him and, pray that God would soften his heart.
And convict him, yep, of what he's done to me. So what happened was I was like, I didn't believe that was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna get blocked. So I said, okay, I'll test that theory. I said, hey Jonah, it's Scarlett. I just hope you have a blessed day. And then he responds saying, to you as well. And then that kind of tugged at my heartstring for a moment, and I felt remorseful for my actions, even though before I was like really angry. I mean, I'm still mad, but and hurt about everything, but then I apologized. And the apology and his response was quite telling. So I said, I want to apologize for how I mishandled my hurt, anger, and confusion. I'm sorry I called you horrible names. It's just I felt mistreated, silenced, and accused of stuff I did not do without allowed to defend myself. But I won't be rude anymore. I hope you can forgive me, and hopefully one day you can apologize to me too. And all he said was, all is forgiven with a smiley face. He did not admit that he did anything wrong, and he cannot claim ignorance that he did anything wrong because he refused to listen to anybody. I mean, I wasn't the only one who called them out. He refused to listen to my mother. He refused to listen to me. He refused to listen to a couple other people. So he knows what he did wrong. He's just too prideful to admit to it. So, but then I did donate to him, and I told him about that in the YouTube comments. He thanked me for it, and was informing me that him and his roommates were going to find a new home soon. So I'm not blocked still. But here's the weird part. I was accused of stalking him, harassing him and his mods, making romantic advances towards him, being hateful and whatnot, and he still chooses to let me stick around. That level of severe accusations should prompt anyone that this person, what I was accused of, and he totally believed it, that should signal your self-preservation and defense mechanism to avoid this person at all costs. This person's a stalker. They're dangerous. They're all these things. They're hurting my friends. They're attacking verbally attacking his friends, verbally attacking my friends, insulting them, mistreating them, harassing them and me, and they're being hateful and they're stalking me. The last thing that I would expect is for him to be nice to me and let me interact with his content. So, what do you think about that before we go?
Um, you know, I think your prayers are just working for his heart to be softened, and maybe God is convicting him about some things. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
All right, then. Well, if you ever want to do an interview on your situation, you're more than happy to ask me, and I will let you do that. Just listen to what you have to say. All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking me.
You're welcome. All right, then, everybody. Have a nice day and God bless.